What's up, everyone? Mr. Pro Wrestling here, and this is episode 2 of the Mr. Pro Wrestling podcast. Today we are joined by, again from last episode, Mr. Josh Levinson,
Hello, guys and girls of the world.
and we are joined for the first time by The Flight, James White. How are you, James?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Alright, so we just get right to it. Main thing, the WWE title tournament. First round happened on Raw and SmackDown. Did either of you guys catch what happened on SmackDown?
No.
I definitely caught Kalisto pulling off probably the biggest upset I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I was surprised by that, but I was also pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
All
It
right,
was very cool.
I have the tournament right here. I'm gonna run it down. So in the second round we have Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto, Kevin Owens versus Neville, and Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. So out of the gate, I'm gonna say my predictions first, and you guys can go right after me. I'm gonna say Reigns over Cesaro,
No shit.
um, Del Rio over Kalisto, even though I'd like to see Kalisto pick up that win. Kevin Owens versus Neville. Owens will go over Neville, and Dolph Ziggler will go over Dean Ambrose. So Flo, let's start with you. What are your picks?
Yeah, Reigns, sadly, but oh well. Del Rio probably. Owens and I want to say Ambrose.
All right, same as me. Josh, how about you?
Oh, I said Ambrose.
I'm probably gonna say the same thing as you did, except I see Dean Ambrose beating Ziggler. I know I said he was my dark horse, but not when it's against Ambrose. I feel like he's too important to the storyline right now to just
Yeah.
take him out that early.
I mean, the one thing I was upset about was Tyler Breeze's debut match losing to Dean Ambrose. Like, I know it was to further the tournament, but I mean, they didn't have to put him in the tournament. They could have fed him to, like, I don't know, like put like Fandango or Zack Ryder against him or something, and he could have easily got the win.
Well, he lost two.
Or just have Ziggler not even in the tournament.
Well, I think it's because of the popularity that he has. Like, the fans would have been like very angry, and an upright would have happened. I think it was also because they were doing the winners
Surprising.
from Survivor Series.
It's an uprising.
Fucking idiot.
No, but I think it was like the winners of Survivor Series
You really gotta
also.
run this thing?
I'm running this thing, yes, Flight. But no, but it's like I think it was the winners of Survivor Series were going into it, so that's why they were all in there. Even though Tyler Breeze didn't win a match, he did a big show, but most of them were.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wait. Did I originally say that I had Ziggler over Ambrose?
Yes.
Okay, then I fucked up because I did not mean that.
Yeah, that's what I was questioning you about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would say Ambrose over Ziggler.
Okay. You also said upright over instead of uprising.
I'm all over the place.
That's what he called you on.
I'm all over the place because the reason why I had to correct myself is because I see the finals being Roman and Dean.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I think that would tell the better story as well.
True.
Yeah.
Especially since everybody else is a mid-carder right now, except those two.
Yeah. I mean, they have the power to turn Cesaro into a main eventer, but he's boring. He's
Can't connect.
Swiss.
You can't
He's
connect, man.
Swiss. He's a Swiss Superman.
I mean, Flight. I know you're a big fan of Cesaro, aren't you?
No, I hate him.
Well then.
Because I also never introduced, like, you were kind of like our resident indie guy.
Indie
Like,
guy.
you
I am.
you
Yeah.
follow. So did you follow him like when he was on the indies?
No. No, I
Oh
didn't.
no.
No. No, really, I didn't. 'Cause,
All right.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
no. Because I thought if anyone would, it would be you.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I
Quick thing,
watched
we got the
stuff.
Brooklyn crew back together again.
We do. We do. You know,
Yeah.
I'll stop it real quick to tell the story. Us three.
Ooh,
Couple. How many months ago was that? Was that like June or May?
I think late May.
Well, let me check because I have it on my Twitter.
It was late May, I think.
Late May.
Just check when your profile picture was put up.
I can't check that. Like Twitter doesn't do that. That's only Facebook. Twitter doesn't. It's like when it.
All right, well, he's doing that. Do you have any more thoughts on the tournament right now, Flight?
No, not really. Reigns is gonna win, and yeah.
All right, I got it. No, it was actually early May.
Oh,
Okay.
May 8th. May 8th. So what we did was, because like I announced last week, that Josh is our resident wrestler in training. Trains at Creative Pro Wrestling Academy. Go there if you want to become a professional wrestler.
Well, if you live on Long Island, if you don't. Kind of
Yeah, if you live on the island like us, man, that's probably the best school to go to, I would say. But
Fuck it is, even if you don't.
I mean, we're not sponsored by Creative Pro at all. We're just happy to plug them. But that Josh is a student there. They needed help transporting a ring to Brooklyn to set up for a show, and Josh asked the head trainer Brian Myers if he could bring two friends along, which were me and Flight, and we did. And let's just say it was a fun time. We got lost. That was fun.
You also got yelled at by some dude in a car.
Yeah, that one dude he was pissed. Pissed off. I don't know.
What did we even do to piss him off? I just remember you guys telling me that there's a guy to my right yelling at me. I look, and I just see this dude flipping out in the car. And
I don't know. Like
People are crazy.
he was just a very angry man.
I don't know. I mean, maybe because like we couldn't really figure out how to get out of that parking garage, and we were holding him up. I don't know.
That was before the parking garage.
It was even before the parking garage.
That was on the belt.
Oh shit! So I don't know why he was mad.
All right, continue on with the story.
Yeah. So we went to the Brooklyn show, and there were some big names there. I mean, Flight. Flight. I want you to tell the story about how when we were setting up the ring, you marked out. Tell the story.
Marked out for who?
Trevor Lee.
Oh yeah. That's about it.
I like.
What else is there?
Oh, it was funny though, because like we were setting up the ring, and then you're just like,
Well, we were setting up the guardrail.
like that's Trevor Lee over there. That's Trevor Lee, and I'm like, I wasn't a fan of him at the time. I became a fan of him that night.
Yeah.
I became a fan of Smiley.
Of course.
Smiley.
Yeah.
Wait, you became a fan of Smiley that night?
Yeah, I've also never seen this kid over here mark out so much.
Me?
No, the white.
Flight.
With the beanie and the beard.
Well.
All right, to me, you're over here.
Oh, all right.
Fine, is that better?
Yeah, this way. No, but but Flight, you were the. I mean, he was probably your favorite guy there, right? Was Trevor Lee?
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
I mean, they had some big names. They had Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, Brian Myers, Joey Ryan,
David Starr, JT Dunn, Caleb Conley.
and it was a good show nonetheless. It was a very good show.
Yeah.
So that's really like the whole Brooklyn story. But it was a fun night. It was a very fun night.
You also got very upset and angry and very tired at one point. Want chocolate milk really bad.
Well, yeah.
Morning, and I don't know how, but somehow we ended up. We all left at the same time. I knew Pat was back with the truck, but we left the same time as everyone else, and we got to Creative Pro like 20 minutes before everyone else.
No, we got there like third.
Who was there before us?
Mark was in the car right next to us.
Oh yeah, he was.
There was people already in the parking lot. We just got there like a half an hour before the U-Haul.
There you go.
No, because didn't Max get there after us because he had the chicken nuggets?
Yeah, but we weren't the first people there.
But other people were there.
All right, well.
So.
Anyway, that was the Creative Pro story. Let's continue on with the podcast.
All right, so, what are your? So I left off at saying that I think Roman and Dean are gonna be the finals. Is that the same for you guys?
I can definitely see that. Either that or Dean's gonna lose in the semifinals.
Really?
I can see that happening, and then him screwing somebody over.
The semifinal is probably going to be Dean versus Kevin Owens, so you can see him losing to Kevin Owens?
I could see him going down to Kevin Owens, so it would be heel versus face at the very end, and then have Dean mess him up.
What about you?
that could happen.
What do you most likely see happening though?
Oh, Reigns is probably just gonna beat Ambrose. It'd be nice if Ambrose turned heel, but I mean that's probably not gonna happen because
We,
he's
I think I think Ambrose could personally stride best if he was a heel.
oh yeah, but then merch sales, because
No,
people
no, no,
like
I don't know.
merch.
I think merch sales would even be good if he was a heel. I think people just like him too
Well,
much.
yeah, but a lot of the casuals, they're like, oh no, why is Dean attacking Roman? And then they won't buy his shirts, and then yeah, that won't be good for Vinnie Mac.
I don't know. So that's really it about the tournament right now. I think now we should talk about um yesterday, which was the 10th anniversary
No, I
of
think
the
it was
passing.
Friday.
It was Friday?
Sir, it was Friday. It was Friday.
Oh,
Today's Sunday.
it was Saturday. I'm out of
Oh
it.
my God.
But Friday was the passing, well, the 10th anniversary of the passing of Eddie Guerrero. I don't know about you guys, but what I did was I went back and watched his match with Brock Lesnar from No Way Out, which
Okay.
I
fantastic.
will be right back.
All right, Josh. Floyd, how'd you do that?
I downloaded him.
You,
60
oh, you
minutes.
downloaded him off Community Creations?
Uh-huh. So there you go.
Did you watch anything on the network from him?
I did not. Sorry.
No, that was like my main thing. I was like tonight I'm gonna watch his match with Brock, and that was actually my first time watching that match, and it's a hell of a match.
I'll watch that maybe later. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't watch wrestling when Eddie passed. I
Yeah,
started
me
watching
neither.
it like a month and a half after that. I just remember kids talking in my class about a wrestler who died. They're like, "Who was it?" And I'm like, no, I said, "Who was it?" And they're like, "Eddie Guerrero," and I had no clue who Eddie Guerrero was at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Josh, how about you? What did you do anything to celebrate Guerrero?
I listened to his theme songs and watched a few matches of his. Similar to you, I didn't really watch
Oh,
him that often. I started watching a little bit um, before him passing. So I only saw a couple of matches of his. Um, yeah, that was when I first really. That was towards the tail end of when I really first started watching wrestling because there was this gap where I really watched wrestling and then I kind of stopped for a while. And during that like short amount of time, I really didn't get that far into it to know who Eddie was. But I do definitely remember watching matches of his.
I mean, like, oh wait, you have something to say, Fight?
No, please continue.
All right, well, like, it's just because like the impact that he had on the wrestling world, and like through his tribute show, like that showed like how many people he really influenced. Like, I watched the match between it was on the tribute show. It was Chris Benoit and Triple H, and like after the match,
Oh yeah,
both they both broke down in tears after that match, and like it just shows like how many people, like how many lives he affected just because of the type of person he was. Like probably my favorite Eddie moment was WrestleMania 20 with him and Benoit in the middle of the ring celebrating. I would say that was my favorite Eddie moment. What about you
Yeah.
guys?
yeah, easily.
Like I think mainly every fan would say that that was probably one of their favorite moments of Eddie.
Well, probably just in Mania history, even. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there's the like the conspiracy theories like I don't know like it's like some people say like he really didn't overdose. I don't believe that though. I don't know about you
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I don't know, but just one really quick thing. I was watching the WrestleMania where Chris Benoit won the triple threat. What was that, WrestleMania
20.
20?
Yeah, 20. Yeah,
20. Yeah.
What happened in WrestleMania 30?
yeah. A
Daniel
lot of people.
Bryan
Yeah, same.
won
Yeah.
10 years later to a very similar move in a triple threat match for the title.
A lot of people point that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, that just kind of blew me away for a second when I was watching that.
It's weird because a lot of people will say how similar their wrestling styles are.
Yeah, the headbutt and the finisher. Yeah, all of it.
I don't know. I find it weird.
Yeah.
But also in I don't really want to keep the sadness going, but
Sad.
today Nick Bockwinkel passed away.
Oh yeah, heard about that.
I don't know if you guys heard about that.
I did. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Nick Bockwinkel passed away at the age of 80. I mean, he was a very influential guy in wrestling.
Hmm.
Four-time NWA champion. But I mean, people really remember him because of his promo ability. The way the guy cut promos was great. Like he was the first guy to really use like he wore nice suits. He used big words. Like he was the first guy that really took that kind of heel role. Like people who took after him. Like I mean, the first name that comes to mind with that role is Ric Flair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he
Very true.
kind of started that. So I mean, if you think of it, like this year alone, like in just a couple of like month span, we've lost three greats. We lost Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper, and Nick Bockwinkel, all in the span of a couple months.
That is a very unfortunate and depressing topic, but just to not dwell on that for now, just for the sake of the podcast, let's move on.
All right.
All right, so what do you have next?
I think one of the things to talk about is Billy Gunn getting fired from the WWE for failing a drug test that wasn't even through the WWE. He was powerlifting on a side that the company didn't even know about. I find that very, very weird that they didn't know that he was powerlifting.
Yeah.
They fired him off that. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
what do you guys think, Flight? What do you think about that?
Well, because the E is very strict with the whole drugs and all that crap. So I guess they just heard about that and they were like, all right, man, you gotta go.
I know, but
Maybe they didn't want him like training all those people. Maybe it'd be a bad influence. I don't know.
like
Maybe.
most people when they get caught with steroids or something, it's just like a suspension. So why do you think they'd fire him for that?
That's true. Yeah. I don't know.
Josh, what about you?
I just think it's such a weird thing because how many times have people in the WWE failed a drug test and they just get suspended for a while? Meanwhile, he does it in something completely different from the WWE, his own thing, and he gets fired for it. You know what I mean?
I just find it very weird that they fired him over that. I feel like what they would do with other people would just be just to suspend them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're stricter with trainers. I don't know.
Maybe like because
Maybe.
like what was it? Only a few weeks ago, Hornswoggle was suspended over that.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he was just doing weed. So.
Oh really? Really? That was it?
Yeah.
No, because I heard that like he didn't get them like the drug sample on time, so they just suspended him for that. Like there was like a big controversy over why they suspended him.
Well, maybe he was doing weed too. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, hey, if that's true, then he can go ride with Jack Swagger. He'd probably enjoy that.
Yeah. Of course.
I mean, like Billy Gunn, like lately, he's been very like used. I guess this year in WWE. I mean, he was not this year. Last year he was tag champs one last time, and this year he was on Breaking Ground and Tough Enough.
Tough enough.
So I mean, like, I feel like it's a big loss in a way because I feel like because Billy Gunn is very good. He's very good. So I feel like that's kind of a loss that they lost him as a trainer. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Quick question: are we still using the same rating as we did last time, or am I allowed to cuss?
You can cuss, man. I don't give a shit.
Okay, I'm just making sure because we hadn't been swearing this entire podcast, and I feel like we need to drop a few fuck bombs. And I wasn't sure if we were trying to keep a PG rating or not.
Yeah,
No.
you watch my channel. I drop F bombs all the time. I don't care.
Yeah, but it was just weird how we were never swearing this entire time. And I'm like, really? Maybe he's trying to clean it up for the kiddies?
Yeah.
Hey, I all my 20 subscribers out there, and the one viewer who's watching this right now, I don't think they care.
I love that person.
Viewer Flight has just given his appreciation to you.
Moving on.
Can I see it?
Um,
Can I see it? Right.
Up right there, up there it is, the heart.
Yes.
So, I think maybe we can discuss because next week is going to be the rundown of Survivor Series, but I think we can do a little fantasy booking of other matches that may happen.
Okay.
Because so far we have the tournament matches, and we also have Charlotte versus Paige.
We also have the brothers versus the Wyatts.
Yeah.
Question: are they even going to add 2 other people? Because who are they going to put?
No,
I don't think
they're
so.
not.
No.
I think
think
Bray
that's
said
it.
that it's going to be Kane and Undertaker versus
Versus
2
the
members of the Wyatts, and I was going to get to that. Who do you think it's going to be? Because I think it's going to be Bray and Braun Strowman. Josh, what do you think?
I would say, just to be the devil's antagonist, I'm going to say he's going to put Harper
Devil's
and Rowan in there.
antagonist.
And then him and Strowman are going to be
Devil's
outside.
advocate, Josh.
Devil's advocate.
Oh my.
Everyone's all over the place right here.
You know what?
I'm not.
It's been a long day. I fell off my board. I hurt myself. All right.
Fell off your board.
I don't give a shit
You snowboard,
about
skateboard?
devil's shit right now. I don't care whether it was devil's advocate or whatever the fuck you have to say. All right. So sit the
That was
fuck
really
down
cursed
and
there.
shut the fuck up.
I'm
Wait, how
already
about
sitting
you?
down.
Who do you think is going to
Sitting
be
in my
the
bed.
picks?
Fuck. Harper and Rowan to be the devil's antagonist.
It's
Oh,
not devil's all right. What the
I just
fuck
don't think that's
ever.
going to happen because, like, the whole thing is built around Bray Wyatt leading these people, so I feel like Bray is going to want to get in there with Undertaker and Kane. I mean, me personally, I would like to see it be Bray and Luke, because Luke is kind of like the second in command kind of guy. But, so you guys think it's going to be Harper and Rowan. I think it's going to be Bray and Strowman.
You know what? If I could see,
Put himself in the match.
I keep thinking to myself, this would be such a great time to bring, and I know I keep bringing this guy up. I'm sorry if I keep bringing this guy up, but I am such a fan of his, and I really want to see him on the main roster, like now. Who am I talking about, Sean?
Finn Balor.
Exactly.
But I see it's not the right time to bring him up as much as I mean I love Finn Balor as much as the next guy. He's my favorite guy in NXT, but right now he's in an amazing feud right now with Samoa Joe. Like that whole thing on NXT they had where security is pulling up parties. Like I mean he kind of pulled a Batista, like you're supposed to be my friend. He's like I trust you.
Supposed to be my friend.
Dude, I trusted you. I'm gonna kick your ass now.
I get it.
That's why, but I do think after NXT London, a Finn Balor call up could definitely be in the works. In the works.
Well, I mean, they already had him face a superstar.
All right, so
Victor.
really?
Yeah, dark match.
Oh, all right.
So.
They also had him against Sheamus.
Oh yeah, in Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah, in Dublin.
Well, he's been doing house shows now for months.
Yeah,
I know.
So I want to talk about.
Eventually, don't worry.
Oh no, he's gonna be because I think he's gonna be one of the few NXT guys that aren't screwed up when they get called up.
Either that or McMahon's gonna have him be the demon every match.
No, because I feel like Vince looks at this guy and he just sees he sees money in him. The amount of merchandise that they can push out for this guy, it's gonna be unbelievable.
Pushing out a bunch.
Yeah, they're already putting out a shit ton of merchandise in NXT. So imagine when he gets to the main roster.
I don't think Vince runs NXT though.
No, he doesn't. But
no, he doesn't.
That's the thing. If he's already getting this much merchandise in NXT and Vince doesn't even run it, just imagine how much Vince is gonna want to do.
Yeah, but
when he gets there.
Yeah, but he's not in power for that right now. That's That's Hunter doing that.
Yeah, we're not saying Vince is, but we're just saying Finn is already selling a shit ton of merch, and then when he gets calls up, he'll sell more.
All right.
So,
What if you say so?
All right, so back to like the little fantasy booking. Who do you think the New Day will face? Think they'll face the Lucha Dragons, or do you think think they're gonna go in another direction? I think it's gonna be them versus the Lucha Dragons.
Isn't Kalisto in the tournament? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Because I mean, they've been hyping them up a lot recently as well. Because I mean, what other team is there? I mean, the Dudleys were on Superstars last week, so that tells you they're already like Vince had his new toy with the Dudleys, and that look, say this is the Dudleys. He played with it for a few months, and now he's like, fuck it, I'm bored of it. So who do you guys see as a potential opponent for the New Day?
Lucha Dragons. I mean, that's really it. Los Matadors? I mean, I don't know.
Aren't they getting repackaged?
Beats me.
Josh, what about you?
For what I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Who do you think who do you think the New Day will face at Survivor Series for the tag titles?
Who do I think will face it?
Me and Flight
They may
think
not
it's
even.
gonna be. We think it's gonna be the Lucha Dragons.
You think it's gonna be
They
the
may not
Lucha
even defend the
Dragons?
titles.
I think the Usos might go for it, to be honest with
Oh
you,
yeah, them. Yeah,
because
they could.
they kind of came back in a big way, so to speak. Even though they were the first two out, I feel like they're just kind of like try to throw them right back in the picture.
I
Well,
mean,
they may not even.
no, Flight, go.
No, they may not even put the New Day in a title match. They may just put them in some fucking, elimination tag and like the kickoff or something.
Maybe. I
Or
mean,
if not the kickoff, then RNC
Ow!
because they don't even have a an elimination match yet.
Ow!
So
what?
they might do that.
Josh, what happened?
You threw this
Josh
shit at
is
me.
getting hurt.
Oh my gosh, you're something else, man.
Definitely not funny. That definitely ain't it. That's his
So
job.
I don't think that the U.S. or Intercontinental title will be on the line because I both think that Owens and Del Rio will be in tournament matches at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I don't really, and I guess yeah, like Floyd said, that they'll throw in one or two random Survivor Series matches. I think a match because I don't think, like I said, I don't think um Dolph Ziggler will get past Dean Ambrose, so I think a big one could be Team Ziggler versus Team Breeze.
Oh yeah, yeah, that could work.
Who is Breeze gonna put on his team though?
They'll,
The New
they'll
Day and
find people.
I don't know, the New Day and someone else. I don't know.
Like for Team Breeze, like yeah, like you said, like it could be Tyler Breeze, the New Day, and mid card jobber. Who's a mid card jobber? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Rybutt.
Shit, Heath Slater.
no,
Wait, you're talking heel or face?
Heath
heel.
Slater. Done.
Oh, heel.
That's it.
I wish they'll put Heath Slater up on there.
Nah, he's a sole
Just throw in
survivor.
Henry or Show. I
Yeah,
mean, why?
I can see them throwing in Big Show.
No, no.
And then
I mean, throw in Sexual Chocolate.
Bo
for Team
Dallas.
Ziggler, then it could be Dolph Ziggler,
Bo Dallas.
the Usos,
New Day.
and Ryback can be on Team Ziggler. And then for the fifth guy, I
Wait,
don't
say
know.
that one more time.
For Team Ziggler,
Yes.
I think it's gonna be Dolph Ziggler, the Usos,
Okay. I thought you counted wrong.
and looking at my figure shelf over there, Cesaro. If Cesaro, because
All right.
Cesaro's gonna win by Roman Reigns.
Do me a favor, just show them your figure shelf because this kid has a freaking museum of action figures.
Really, I mean,
No, it's not even that
I
many.
guess I'm showing my wrestling figures right now. Here's
Well,
where
I'm trying to give you an excuse.
I film most of my stuff.
We can't see anything but your ceiling. There we go.
And the light. And the Jets flag. They did good on Thursday.
There is my figure collection. Ah, Dean, one of my Deans fell. I gotta
You're trying to
fix
fence it.
that.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
But yeah, well,
Come on, get back to your seat. So
that
we
was
can continue.
that was figure time with Mr. Pro Wrestling. But
That was amazing.
That was splendid.
Can you hear me?
that should be a
Justin?
segment like every month. So I would say I would say I get a new figure every month. So
So aside from the tournament and the other match,
that's
fantasy,
probably it. Because they have to have at least one Survivor Series match on there. Then they have the Divas match. Then they have the tag match, and then they have the tournament. So that's probably what Survivor Series is going to look like. So I mean,
okay.
uh,
In the bright side, in about a month, I'm going to be back in New York. I mean, back in Long Island.
so you're going to be a creator pro there for that month for like a little bit.
Yeah,
So
well,
right about that.
I'm probably going to wait until
I don't see what's
like
so
the
right about
20th or something, because I get back around the 10th. Have like that week just to kind of get back to what I was doing, and so that when
good
the
about
membership expires, it expires on the day I leave.
All right.
Why is that good? I don't get it.
Um, just so I can get as much out of it as I can.
But why, what's so good about you coming back to New York?
Oh shit!
I really don't.
Because then you have an excuse to go to indie promotions. Someone to drive your ass.
Not real. Drive my ass?
Yeah, drive your ass.
Just my ass? Okay.
Well, Flight,
Yeah.
Flight, we have a little time left here. Is there like any really big indie news you can fill us up on?
Well, indie, I don't know, but I watch Power
We
Struggle.
don't care about you.
Japan show.
Just
New Japan, right?
Josh doesn't care about New Japan, so I guess I won't talk about it.
What happened? What happened in Power Struggle?
It was a good show. You should watch it.
What was the main event?
I mean, I guess you'd have to mute it, but still.
What was the main event?
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Carl Anderson for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, Carl Anderson got the main event spot.
Uh-huh.
Good for him.
It was alright. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And have you heard any word on if Evolve's coming back to New York?
No, I got nothing.
Cause that's slowly becoming my favorite show to go to, are Evolve shows.
Yeah.
That was because the one me and you went to the other month, that was great.
Oh yeah, that was.
Well, yeah, both shows were no, because you and Sean missed out on the second flight went to. We went to one where Sami Zayn was there.
Okay.
It was a one.
I almost missed the first one.
No, yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
We're halfway down. You call me. I'm like, yo. You're like, what's up? I'm like, are you coming to the show? You're like, yeah. I'm like, well, we left. You're like, oh, well, just save me a seat. I'll be there.
Yeah.
You made it though.
Yeah, you should have seen me. I must have been going pretty damn fast because I saw the other cars is zooming the other direction.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good show, too.
Well, in other little news, Lucha Underground has just started filming.
Oh, yeah, I saw spoilers.
Already?
Well, I didn't read them, but,
There's already spoilers out?
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck spoilers. The only spoilers I actually read are SmackDown spoilers, because I don't really watch SmackDown.
It's called watching the highlights. You can get them on YouTube.
That's true. Because
Or
I don't read NXT spoilers. I mean, TNA, they're spoilers, but who really watches TNA still?
Me?
You said you gave up on that months ago.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. It's awful.
you know what? TNA has some good matches every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, but once in a while isn't. I mean, look at WWE. They have
Here.
a good match once in a while, and their ratings are dropping every week.
Well, they have good commentary, so they have that going for them.
I
feel like just not to down talk the company here, but I feel like TNA is what would have happened if Attitude Era had stayed the way it was for up until now and just didn't change. Because they pretty much have the same wrestlers from that time, and they have a very similar storylines, and it's got like that gritty taste to it. But the problem is, it stayed that way for too long. It didn't really do anything.
It doesn't feel really gritty. It really doesn't. I'm not feeling the grit from TNA. So.
I'm not feeling your beard, all right?
Oh shit!
You're not here. So
apparently, Max did though.
Max loved it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Max said it was magical.
Very magical. So but wait, I know because Flight does. Josh, do you watch Lucha Underground?
Not as much as I want to, but I do watch it.
And wait. Who's your favorite? You said it was Mundo or Puma?
Mundo.
Because I would say my favorite is either Puma or
Pentagon.
Yeah, Pentagon.
Okay.
How about you, Flay? Who's your favorite Lucha?
Pentagon. I like Phoenix. Angelico.
I like Angelico a lot. I feel like if he went to the E, I feel like he'd fit in there good. Like he fit in maybe not on the main roster good, but NXT I'd feel like he'd fit in with.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's already making other indie realms. Has he done PWG a couple times now?
Yes, he did.
All right, so I think that's really all there is to talk about in this week of wrestling.
All right.
So thank you guys for joining. Let's plug our social media. Flight, your social media.
Well, I'm James White on Facebook. I know there's not too many James Whites on the planet. And Instagram is James_the_flight_white. So,
Twitter?
oh shit. I don't even use Twitter, so fuck Twitter.
All right, Josh.
I'll just have you put it in the description. It's all good.
Oh,
All right, and of course you can follow me Twitter at SeanDuran04, Facebook Sean Duran, and Instagram Sean_Duran13. That was it for this week's Mr. Pro Wrestling podcast. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.